Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're gonna go over some techniques to help you guys activate more of your upper chest when training, because if that's a lagging area for you, it could be due to a few different reasons. It could be because you have poor mind-muscle connection, which we're gonna fix, or it could be because your form is off just a bit when doing your incline bench press, and believe it or not, there's a few minor details to the incline bench press that if you are doing wrong, you're not going to get much upper chest activation, and in fact, you might be bringing more shoulders into the movement. Now, before we get started, number one, I'm keeping my shirt on for this video because I want the focus to be on the movements and not on my bulging, amazing chest. Okay, so thumbs up if you like better with the shirt on. And number two, guys, we're having fun here, okay? I like fitness to be fun and entertaining and enjoyable so that when you go to the gym, you actually enjoy what you're doing, okay? Now, when it comes to the chest, guys, the pectoralis major, all right, it's this whole area right here. But there's the clavicular head and the sternocostal head. And what we want to do is try to place a bit more emphasis on that clavicular head because that's technically the upper chest, right? But keep in mind, whether you're flat bench pressing or incline bench pressing, the entire chest is being activated. But if you have poor mind-muscle connection, you might not be getting as much activation as you want out of that upper head. So this is an exercise that I like to do with my clients to try to get them to know exactly what it feels like to place more emphasis on that upper area, or as I like to say, increase their mind-muscle connection. Now, this movement is a high to low cable fly. And this is probably an exercise that a lot of you guys have in your workout routines right now, but you're utilizing it more as a muscle building exercise versus a technique to help activate that area more. Because remember, that's what we're doing here. So we're not going to go super heavy with the weight, and we're going to change the form a little bit so that we can get what we want out of the movement. So when setting this up, you want the cable to be about the same height as your head. And this is if you're doing this exercise in your regular routine as well. Just because it's a high to low cable fly doesn't mean you need to put it all the way up here. Because when you put it all the way up here, what happens? This causes your arm to go like this. Then as you do the movement, you're bringing more shoulder into the exercise, and you're definitely not activating that upper chest. So bring it down to about head height. And now, for the purpose of what we're using this exercise for, which is activating the chest and trying to place more emphasis in the upper chest, what you're going to do is step away from the machine so the weight stack is barely off the bottom portion of the stack. And you're going to turn your body like this and make sure your elbow is down. Again, remember, if your elbow is up like this, we're bringing shoulders into the movement, we can actually hurt ourselves. Keep that elbow down, maintain a slight bend in your elbow, and then right from the start, you should already start to feel stretch in your upper chest. Okay, well, your chest in general, but a lot more in the upper chest. And then from here, we're going to come through and bring it in, and we're going to go across our body. That's why we're doing this with one arm instead of two. If we were doing two, we tend to just kind of stop in the middle, or we have to do this crisscross thing like this. We just want to focus on activating that area. So we're going to do one arm at a time and come across like this. And as we come across, we're going to focus on like puffing our chest up and squeezing and flexing. And you should feel this whole area activate. And if you're still having a hard time feeling it, I want you to take your other hand and I want you to caress that area real good as you go back and forth with the cable, okay? This is actually a technique that you can use when training, well, as long as you don't need your hand, but when you at least training your chest, placing your hand there is a technique that you can do to try to get your brain to focus more on that area. And you're just going to go back and forth like 8 to 10 times, and you're going to do 8 to 10 times per side. Some of you only have to do this once, others might have to do it twice, but just do it enough so that by the time you put the weight down and you're standing here, you feel some activation in that upper chest, okay? It has been activated. We've increased the mind-muscle connection. Now, for those of you who don't have a cable machine, just grab a band. Again, place it up here, about head height, and then all you're gonna do is take a step back. Same thing, come across, flex your chest, and then come back. Nice and slow, just like this. 8 to 10 repetitions, and then do the other side, and then we're done with the pre-activation. Now, in your chest workouts, if you're always rushing to the flat bench first because you can bench the most there, that's okay. But if that upper chest is lagging, go to the incline bench press first. It just makes sense, right? But on the incline bench press, some of you guys might have an issue for a few different reasons. Number one, if the gym you go to has an incline bench press machine, Unfortunately, a lot of these are set up and the angle of the bench could be too high. I've been in gyms where the incline bench press looks like this, which brings a lot more shoulders into the movement. Number two, they could have some adjustable benches like this that go to the same area and don't allow you to get into this position right here. Me personally, this is the angle that you want to be in order to get the best out of the exercise when trying to hit more upper chest. And the bottom goes down too. So what do you do if the adjustable bench doesn't allow you to get into this position? Well, it's very simple. You guys can take plates. You can put this in the bottom position. We can take some plates like this, and we can literally stack them up, maybe one or two, and get us where we need to be. Okay, guys? It's not a big deal. But I do have that ability, so I'm going to leave it just like this. Now, when it comes to your form, and this is super important, guys, you know the form cues when doing a flat bench press. All of those same form cues apply when doing an incline bench press. We want to retract and depress our shoulders. We want a slight arch in our back. We want to flex our glutes. We want to make sure that our feet are flat on the ground and we're pushing our knees out as we perform the repetitions. We want a solid base to lift as much weight as possible. But what tends to happen, because we're going back on an incline, is as we throw ourselves backwards, especially with heavy dumbbells, what happens when we get to here is we might start with our shoulder blades retracted and depressed, but as we throw ourselves backwards in order to get those weights up, because we have to lift them, we ended up actually keeping our shoulder blades retracted, but no longer depressed. And that slight movement from here to here is going to bring more shoulders into the exercise, and I'll show you what I mean. So if you come back and your shoulders are retracted but they're no longer depressed, you're going to bench like this. And you're going to be benching over your upper chest and bringing a lot more shoulders into the movement. And a lot of you guys probably feel pain when you do the incline bench press for this very reason. You have to get into the habit of when you roll backwards, get everything retracted, depressed. As you roll backwards, push off your toes and then get your hands here and then stay in this position and just slightly turn out your elbows. Because believe it or not, this is exactly where you want to be when benching. Elbows slightly turned in, able to go all the way down, and as you press through the movement, you'll instantly notice more chest activation, and you're pushing through your triceps, and your shoulders are no longer involved. So, to wrap things up, guys, if you're trying to work on your upper chest, and you've been having a hard time building it, there's no secret. There's no like amazing technique that I'm holding back from you guys. It's literally increasing that mind-muscle connection in that upper chest and then just fixing your form when doing the incline bench press. And if you guys need a program to help you with your overall gains, you can go to my website, Muscular Strength, right now. You can try any of my muscle building programs. I recommend the Full Body Evolution if you guys want to train full body and get even faster gains. Bro splits are fun, but definitely full body is the way to go if you're trying to maximize your potential in a shorter amount of time. So go to my website, Muscular Strength. Use the code MS7 when you sign up as a Platinum member. You can try any of my programs for 7 days free. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.